Hi, Scorpio. This is Jeffrey. This is Ripecolor. There's the terrace. This is your reading for the week of August 14th through the 1st. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, press the bell for notifications. Please become a member. Offering readings at a discount this month. 10% off on readings. The information will be below. And if you do press the button to have a reading, I should have said this for all signs, but I always forget because I don't have a script. Just write me a little, you know, email saying these times are good for me, approximately blah, blah, blah. I'm in Central Time. I'm in Mexico, but it's equivalent to Central Time, US. And not before noon, baby. You couldn't pay me enough. Sorry. Good to have. Uh, it's interesting because my little message is allow miracles and don't be so tied in your thoughts, and it's got to be this way or that way. But at the same time, it's also good to have a boundary. It's like, well, a boundary and a miracle. I don't know. So I don't really know what the message is because I was thinking, yeah, I'd like to wear for the water signs. I'd like to wear blue or green, right? But it's like don't limit yourself to oh, it has to be this way. Um, allow the blessings. And what happened after that was I had a thought of a way to remedy a problem or to see if the problem still exists, etc. Kind of oddball early message, but I love doing my Scorpio readings, and I was because I'm Scorpio, and it's like, yeah, start Scorpio. 2, 3. Okay, this is cheers. I had something in my throat, and I think it's what's growing here. Um, I know it's not my little friends, the hummingbirds. All right, so we have the Four of Swords, which is about stabilizing one's thoughts, sitting, listening, really listening, which I've been really doing. And then I have the changing finances, right? So this is what's really been going on with me. What's really been going on with me is that slowly but surely, and I think since Lionsgate, but it's, I've had the inkling of it for a few months already. It's like I see a negative thought and this energy of I'm out in the cold, it's not going to work out for me, all that, right? And I see it and I'm aware of it, and I don't. I immediately go to the opposite thought. That's what I've been doing. So it's been slowly changing my subconscious, right? Because sometimes I walk down the street. I always get my best ideas when I walk down the street. So, well, not always, but a lot of times. And it'll be doom and gloom, and I'll be like, "Why are you doing that? Like, what's that about? Like, think the opposite. Think the opposite." And it's really been affecting me, and it's really been switching my mind. And there's this real subconscious thing. I think you're building something new in your subconscious. I think that's what's going. And that change in terms of security, in terms of physical world, in terms of your body, your health. I feel like there's something, because to me, lately, this is the card of the subconscious, but it's also a card of building. It's also a card of building. All right, creativity. Yeah, yeah. Trust your light. Go into your light and see where your light wants to go. See where your light wants to go. Right? Yeah. Look at this. This is a willing self-sacrifice. And a lot of times this willing self-sacrifice, it's not really about money. Um, it's really more about a habit, a way of thinking. Um, It's like, yeah, I'm willing to give this up. I'm willing to give up this negative thinking. I'm willing to give up the energy of doom and gloom, the energy of um, what's the point of even trying? This is not going to work, all that. Like, I become really willing to give that up in order to be illuminated, right? Because this is what happens to him. He becomes illuminated, right? So it's almost like the light of spirit can come in and guide his thoughts because that's what he's been searching for, right? And that's what's been there all along. That's what's been there all along. That's interesting. That's what's been there all along. And it's the same thing in a certain energy in this card. It's like this has been there all along. The hope and the light and the spirit has been there all along. But it's a matter of perspective. Am I concentrating on my feet are cold, I'm out in the snow, ain't got anything to wear, or am I willing to change my perspective and look up and see the same situation in a different light? Really, yeah. Calling in the energy of the divine, loving, feminine, comforting, directed, accepting energy to tame the beast, to tame the beast. And sometimes, most times, the beast is us. The beast is ourselves, our own ego. What we think is our strength, but might not necessarily be our strength, right? It's like I always feel like this is energy of directed, of her basically saying to the lion, or giving the lion so much love. It's like, I love you, lion, and you're a wonderful lion, but maybe you can have a bigger territory, or maybe you can have more lionesses if you were, you know, aggressive at the right time, not all times, sort of thing. This is energy of focus, healing, healing and balance. And a crown chakra again, crown chakra twice. So it's really allowing new thoughts and new illuminated thoughts to come through to rebalance. This card is so beautiful. It almost makes me cry. It really, for me, this is like the energy of stepping into the light. It's the energy of stepping into the light, stepping into. I always feel like with that card, it's almost like this. I don't know, sparkly, very magical, healing, love, comfort, just misting upon. Like that's the energy. That's the energy of that card. It's like, what do you have to do? You don't have to do anything. It's there. It's always been there. You just step into it. You just step into it. Like no effort. It's like just walk into it. With effortless. Yeah, because that'll make you more secure and more at home and more comforted and more celebratory. This is your soul's calling. This is your soul's calling. You feel it. So he's walking away from what worked, and it's like part of his experience, but it's time for something more. It's like he's not only walking away, he's walking toward in that card. Professional ideas, professional ideas. And lately, the way I've been interpreting this card, excuse me, so when the sword comes, the light bounces off of it. And so what happens is it has this energy, this poof, like a magic show. And all of a sudden, the assistant is gone and the tiger appears. And it's as if the assistant never, so it's almost like all that past energy of thought is just like, I can't even access it. It's all in the past and it's all negative, and it just went up in a puff of smoke because now I'm standing with light. Nothing else exists. I'm going to read him today as the astronaut. I like him, the idea, uncharted territory, going confidently, enthusiasm, and the ability to execute a plan and everything he needs. And, there's an energy of, so I had Tarot Tuesdays, which I'll get back to. I had a guest, her name is Leslie, and she talked about him being the general of the emperor, or the lieutenant of the emperor. And it's like the emperor is you, the emperor is your soul. And then there's an energy of sending out, this is what I want to accomplish, right? But radiating it out into uncharted territory, being an astronaut, going to a place that's completely new and where miracles can happen. And I feel like that's the energy. The energy is really about seeing that. I don't know if you can hear that. It's really loud. It's very metallic. They're moving furniture or something. The energy is really about, recognizing those negative thoughts and just letting them wash down the drain. Just let them wash down the drain. I'm just observing them washing down the drain. So it's very simple. It's very simple. Like I'm observing it washing down the drain. And, now that that's washed down the drain, let's see what comes in. See what comes in. All right. Let me do a little quick read of all of them. What are they doing out there? Okay. Contemplation, stability of thought, change and change and stability and security, right? Perspective, the subconscious, going to a new place that's more satisfying, led by your soul, being a willing self-sacrifice, calling on the higher energies to guide you with fresh new ideas, to be balanced, to be at peace, to be loved, to be more stable, and to move forward into the future intuitively, understanding where you came from, but moving forward, in a confident manner. Blessings. I really wonder what they're doing. I always hear new noises here, and I never know why. There's this whole audio thing going on in Mexico that's just like, what is that sound? All right. Blessings.